At 8 o'clock, we begin with breaking news out of downtown L.A. 2 people hurt in a possible electrical explosion. Sky Fox above it live right now. According to LAFD, this happened on the 25th floor of that high-rise just after 7. And the 2 people injured were working in the vault electric room, according to LAFD.
Now, there is no fire or further electrical issue. LAFD is evaluating the floor above and below. We're told the 2 people hurt are believed to be in critical condition. We'll bring you an update when we get one. But again, the attention is on that high-rise there that says 1 Wilshire.
All right, more to come on that. In the meantime, developing now at 8, a holiday guest no one was expecting. It's not an in-law or a distant family relative. It's a massive bear, as you can see, currently living underneath a home in Altadena. Good evening, everybody. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Marla Tejas.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Susan Hirasuna. Not many people are fond of uninvited guests, especially when they're wild animals. One large bear in Altadena is definitely overstaying its welcome. It moved in. It's refusing to leave. Fox 11's Gina Silva, live in Altadena. You spoke with the homeowner about his wild encounter. Gina?
Yeah, this is a really crazy story. I mean, can you imagine? This Altadena resident seriously has a problem that most of us thankfully will never have, and that is a bear living under his house. And he says the bear has probably been there for quite some time.
I have a bear living under my house. That's my situation.
A situation that's unnerving to Ken Johnson. Check this out. This large bear can be seen on security video squeezing himself into a tiny crawl space. He goes in and out like it's his house.
Someone said that he doesn't hibernate because this is California, but they den. So he's making that his den for the winter. He may come out, I don't know.
Ken showed us exactly where his uninvited guest has been living, he believes, since June. But the moment the bear heard us, it made a loud move that sent us jumping. You can see its massive paw.
That's what I mean.
He's right there.
Yeah.
The bear is sitting near the entrance to the crawl space. He is just staring out. Ken believes there isn't enough room for him to get much deeper.
I think when he stands up, his back hits the beams of the floor.
At the beginning of the year, a bear that looks very much like the one living under Ken's house was spotted in a nearby house in Altadena. These houses sit at the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains, so wildlife sightings are common. But having a bear actually living under your house, that's a bit much.
I can hear him when I'm in the kitchen watching TV at night. I can hear him moving around under there, and he tries to get out. Everything kind of shakes.
About a week ago, when Ken finally caught the bear on security camera, he called the sheriff's department asking for help. They told him to call the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Ken says so far, no help has been provided. So he continues to live with the intruder, who often rummages through the trash and leaves a mess behind.
But this is ridiculous. I mean, you know, destroying the entrance to the thing and crawling under there and just staying. He's not paying rent. Squatter living rent-free in my house.
Yeah, shameless bear there. Now, according to Ken, he does have a plan, and he hopes that sweet rolls will get the bear out of this space and out of his house. He plans to buy these sweet rolls, lay them around the property in the front. When the bear comes out, that's when he hopes to put some sandbags to block the crawl space and then maybe spray bear spray. So hopefully the bear won't try to come back in. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Like breadcrumbs, I suppose, but away from the home. Go back to your other home out there. And that's one of the concerns, Gina, though, because Department of Fish and Wildlife, as you and I talked about earlier, is they don't come out anymore necessarily because they say that the bear will figure its way home, figure out how to get back home. But you're in Altadena, and that was ravaged by wildfire.
Yeah, that's the case, and that's what Ken is so concerned about, because I mentioned to him, you know, the last time I covered a story involving a bear, I believe it was in Sherman Oaks, Encino area, you know, the department told us they don't come out. These bears know how to get back home. And he said, well, yeah, but what about you know, what if this bear doesn't have a home anymore because of the fires that took place here in January? And he's right. So he's really frustrated. He's asking for help. The department did tell us tonight that they will be contacting Ken, and hopefully, you know, they'll get that bear out of there. But, I mean, I just can't imagine, like, what it must be like. You're hearing all these noises, and then you realize it's a bear.
Gina, I was going to say that I would worry because the bear has such long talons or nails, whatever you would call the claws. So even if you put a sandbag to block that space, that bear might be strong enough to make things move so he or she could get right back in.
Yeah, that's a very good point. You know, who knows? And if this bear is determined to come back home, if this bear thinks this is home, sweet home, you know, it might be difficult to get her out of there. But you know what amazed me was the size of this bear and the size of that crawl space. I mean, how he was able to get in there. It's just crazy.
Yeah, the shot of the bear crawling in and its booty, I'm just going to say it, the bear's booty is huge, and he was able just to squeeze right through. It's amazing. That just goes to show, I think, how much hair it has.
Yeah,
Gina,
that must be it.
I'm going to make this suggestion. Perhaps the homeowner should put out bear claws. Instead of sweet butt. Bear claws.
There you go.
I love it.
There you go.
That's cute. That's cute. All right, we can talk about this all night.
Right. Thanks so much, Gina.
Millions of SNAP recipients or people who use food stamps nationwide are going to have to make changes to maintain their current benefits. The program helps low-income families buy groceries.
To break it down, let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Lascos in Van Nuys with more on this story. Ed.
And Susan, some big-time changes coming to the SNAP program, and a lot of the folks who are out here tonight shopping using their EPD cards to buy groceries say, yeah, they're aware of these new changes, and they're going to do their best to meet the qualifications, having to look for work, having to be trained for work, just to keep those federal budget benefits rolling as some LA City Fire Department paramedic crews roll by here in Van Nuys. Anyway, let's get to it. To the video we go. Check it. Talking about the grocery shoppers here armed with their EBT cards, aware of the new changes. You know how it works, right? The feds use that SNAP program. It replaces the former food stamps program for millions of low-income folks. So the feds send that money to the states like California. California funnels that money down to the EBT cards, and the folks use those EBT cards to go out and buy their groceries. But starting today, December 1st, those new changes, those new requirements mean you've got to look for work, you've got to go out and volunteer, certain hours, number of hours each month to keep the benefits going. Otherwise, those benefits could be cut sharply, maybe only 3 months worth of benefits over a 3-year period. That's a big drop-off, and you bet big changes like that bringing some big-time reaction. Listen to some of this.
I don't think it's fair that he do that, but...
And you were saying you think it's going to hurt a lot of people?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely it's going to hurt a lot of people, because you never know, you know what? Especially now that we end the holidays, and everybody wants to have a good dinner and everything, and if you don't give it to them, it's going to be really hard.
It's very sudden, and it will affect people negatively really quickly. And a lot of people don't have the resources to obtain these new skills. So if it's possible to, keep it or find another way to always help these people, that would be very vital.
We have found thousands and thousands of illegal use of the EBT card. We have been moving people off of SNAP. We've got almost 700,000 people, I think, we've moved off.
Now live, that coming from the Secretary of Agriculture. She says the point here is to reduce that fraud system-wide through the entire SNAP program, saving millions of dollars over the next few years. In any event, let's break it down. Check this out. Here's some of those new requirements that you must meet. That age is raised from 54 to 64 years old. And here's the thing. You've got to work. You've got to be out training for work, finding a job, or volunteering at least 80 hours per month to keep those benefits running. If you're new to SNAP, well, you've got to meet these requirements ASAP. And if you're already on SNAP, the feds say, well, you've got to meet these requirements when you're reclassified again. You come into the office and talk to the folks dealing with all of that. But one other situation here is the pending lawsuit. As you know, California, along with almost 24 other states, filing suit against the Trump administration. The California Attorney General Rob Bonta out saying, claiming it is illegal for the feds to do this to restrict those SNAP benefits from many individuals. So while it plays out in the courts, the folks out here, ladies, are saying they're aware of the new requirements and they're going to do their best to try to meet them as best they can, because the bottom line is a lot of folks need that money to keep coming in, simply to just go out, as they've been telling us here tonight, just go out and buy their groceries every month.
Yes. Ed, I just have a quick question. That screen graphic that you put up, what is the age limit? What does that refer to? Is it like a cap on who qualifies?
Apparently that's exactly what it is, Susan. It was lowered, and now in the 50s, and now they're saying you've got to be up to like 64 years old. That's what the feds are saying. But you know, you're asking questions. A lot of folks here tonight were asking us, saying they understand most of it, but there's part of it that they don't understand. And one older fella said it best. He said, you know, it's the federal government. What do you expect? You just got to kind of figure it out, talk to some of the state officials. Hopefully they'll know exactly what's going on, because I had to laugh because he actually said to me, you know, that the feds are making it up as they go. Joe, you heard him say that too. You kind of laughed at that as well. So that's kind of what everybody's dealing with these new regulations, you know.
So the requirements are for those that are at 64. You will no longer have to follow those requirements. Do you think that's what that means?
I would assume so. I really don't know, Susan.
Okay.
Again,
well,
we're in the dark. No, seriously, we're trying. Well, we're trying to figure this out. And imagine if we are reading the stories, trying to understand by talking to the people who know, supposedly, and those people say, well, we don't know. We think that's how it's going to work. Well, no wonder you scratch your head and say, you know, we do the best we can, but there's no certainty here, at least just yet, I suppose.
Yeah. All right, let's hopefully get some answers and figure all that out. All right, Ed Lascos, we appreciate you as always. Thank you. Tonight, Simi Valley investigators are trying to figure out if two crime scenes are connected. A doctor and his wife found shot to death in their garage, and then miles away, a burned up car with a body inside. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez reports.
Engine 41 is 41 available to respond to a gunshot.
Gunshots Sunday at this large home on Hawksbill Place. Witnesses telling Simi Valley police that an older model Honda drove up to the house around noon.
The reporting party reported seeing a male white walk up a driveway pointing a handgun at an open garage. Shortly thereafter, the reporting party heard several gunshots and saw that same male subject flee back into the Honda and flee the area.
Two people shot inside the garage do not survive. Dr. Eric Cordes, described in the Focus Medical Imaging website as an associate in resonance imaging, and his wife Vicky. A statement from Adventist Health Simi Valley confirms the identities, adding that Dr. Cordes was a highly respected, board-certified radiologist and beloved physician who served his community with compassion and excellence for nearly 30 years.
We do believe the victims were targeted. We don't believe they were random victims.
Turns out the Honda seen at the house is later found in Chino. It's burned, and so is a body in the driver's seat. Chino investigators telling Simi police this looks like a suicide.
We feel that there is no threat to the public at this time due to the fact of the condition of the subject that was located in Chino. We don't have any more information on the suspect pending some type of identification from the San Bernardino Medical Examiner's Office.
In other words, they have to wait for the coroner to identify that body from that vehicle. They do seem to think they know who it is. Once they get that identification, they should be able to tell us more, especially motive. I'm Christina Gonzalez in Simi Valley, Fox 11 News.
A missing Newport Beach woman has been identified after she was found dead near Crestline. The body of 58-year-old Ariane Popoli was discovered November 18th, about 75 feet down an embankment near Highway 138. She'd been reported missing last month. Investigators believe her injuries suggest she fell, but the case remains under investigation. The San Bernardino County Coroner's Office confirmed Popoli's identity Saturday.
Still ahead at 8, the Stockton community in mourning tonight following the murders of 3 children and an adult. What we know about a motive.
Your mom's coming.
Plus, a local child rescued from a large tree fire. The unexpected hero who brought this 7-year-old to safety.
Our temperature slightly warmed up to start off this work week, but we do have a cooler pattern sinking in and also bringing in the chance for some drizzle. I'll have all of those details coming up.
Family members were getting ready to cut the cake at a child's birthday party in Stockton when shots rang out. This happened Saturday evening, killing 4 people. Now, investigators are looking for information connected to the attack as the search for any suspects continue. Fox's Claudia Cowan has an update.
California authorities are urging witnesses to come forward as the manhunt continues for a suspect in a deadly shooting at a child's birthday party.
Please, if you saw something, if you videotaped something, even if you think it's minor, reach out to us. Let us know. Call our office and let us take that piece of the puzzle and see if it's part of this or not.
Gunfire Saturday evening killed 4 people, including 3 children, ages 8, 9, and 14, at a banquet hall in Stockton. Roughly 100 people were at the party. Authorities say 11 others were also injured.
We still believe, with preliminary investigation, that this incident was a targeted incident and that there is no possible harm to the community.
Detectives say it's unclear who the target was, and they're investigating whether multiple shooters were involved. Witnesses reported masked gunmen entering the venue and opening fire. Stockton's mayor says the shooting could be gang-related, but the sheriff says it's too early to know.
This wasn't just some terrorist-type attack where they walked in and just wanted to kill people. We're not going to say whether it's gang-related or not until we have all the facts in front of us.
The mayor is offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. In Sausalito, California, Claudia Cowan, Fox News.
A memorial service date has been set for the Burbank police canine killed in the line of duty. 4-year-old Spike was shot by a suspect last month while he was trying to run away from officers. That suspect was later killed in a shootout with police. The memorial ceremony will be held Wednesday, 11 a.m. at the Burbank Police and Fire headquarters. Officials say Spike will also be honored on the City of Burbank's Rose Parade float.
A Larchmont family is giving thanks for a man who didn't hesitate when he saw a little girl standing just outside a burning duplex. Thanksgiving night, 2 cypress trees caught fire. A dramatic scene, to be sure. 7-year-old Savannah Vasquez was in shock when she heard people yelling fire, and that's when this off-duty paramedic ran toward the flames and to her.
Get out the house!
2 cypress trees caught fire Thanksgiving just before midnight. This video from the Citizen app shows how the flames grew and threatened a duplex on Oakwood Avenue in the Larchmont neighborhood of L.A. Listen carefully. You can hear someone pounding on the door to alert the people inside.
Fire!
7-year-old Savannah Vasquez was waiting up for her mother to come home when she heard the warning. She told her grandmother about the fire, who went to alert the rest of the household. Savannah thought about the lessons for fire drills at school. Leave everything behind and get out.
So that's what they taught us. Nothing is important except your safety when there is a fire.
But as the ash and embers rained down outside her home, Savannah froze. That's when off-duty paramedic Richard Racino arrived.
He was at his sister's house, he told me, and that he just happened to see the flames and kind of drive by, and he just kind of saw the little girl, which was my little girl, standing outside in shock, and he just said he pulled up his jacket, his leather jacket, and you know, got my daughter. You know, everybody else was filming, and he just jumped into action.
He runs from the fire with Savannah in his arms. Once she's safe, he runs to help the firefighters pull the fire hose down the street. Savannah's family is eternally thankful.
I really hope that he becomes a firefighter, because he said that he had applied for the LA Fire Department, and really, truly, he is a hero. And, you know, a lot of times nowadays is people see things happening, right, and they'll just stop and film. And so it takes a lot of courage to save a little child.
Well, right now it's not known how the fire started. A homeless person was seen near the home, and there might be security video that could help police find a suspect. The duplex, by the way, had some smoke damage and some of the roof burned, but the family is still living there. The greatest damage was to the family car, which was parked right next to the trees.
And the humble hero, what do we know about him?
All I know is we had a phone number, we gave him a call, he never called back.
Oh,
so
well,
I
maybe
think
he's busy
humble
working.
Yes, and humble may be the right adjective for him.
Well, I would love for you to get a follow-up interview with him.
I would love to talk to him as well. Congratulations, Richard.
Yes.
And he should get that job at LAFD.
That's a no-brainer.
We're lobbying for that.
Yeah. All right, coming up, not having a real ID will cost you if you plan to fly in the new year.
A $45 fee is going into effect for travelers who need verification. How it works next.
Weather is sponsored by My Home Sold.
All right, look at that shot here at 8:25 in the evening. Our Mount Wilson camera, everything looks shimmery. Star Harvey.
It does look shimmery out there, and it's also graciously clear. We do have beautiful skies out there, and they should remain that way overnight and pushing into our Tuesday morning. Another thing we can't see from that image is the cooler temperatures that are getting ready to settle in here across the region. We do have a few alerts to get through for our top of the week. It's going to be a freeze warning, a high surf advisory, air quality continuing, an alert for that, and then also some coastal flood advisory in place. I'll be talking a lot more about this later this evening, but let's focus on our temperatures. We already show temperatures across some of our deserts and mountains dropping into the 40s, but also the 20s. Locally, we do have a lot more 50s on the map, mid to upper 50s. Winds, not so much of an issue for some of the area as of right now. We're moving at about 5 to 12 miles per hour across Malibu there. We do have some calmer winds up towards Burbank, Porter Ranch, but also Thousand Oaks. Those winds are expecting to pick up for some of us as we do move into the middle of this week. As we take a look at our temperatures tonight, here's the coolness that I was talking about. Take a look at Palmdale, hence the fact that we do have some of those cold alerts in place. I'll be talking about that again, but just expect those those temperatures to dip well below that freezing mark. Also in Victorville, 20s, low 20s in our mountains, and for the rest of us, we can expect to see a lot more 40s on the map. As we hop into Tuesday, we do have a system that will be shifting down closer to us, and because we'll be on the back side of that, that is going to drop our temperatures. Today we had a lot more 70s on the map. As we move into tomorrow, we'll have a lot more 60s. We're talking mid to upper 60s across a good portion of the area. And then we arrive at Wednesday. We've been looking at the chance for our models indicating that we do have the chance for some precipitation to move in, and there's a look at that system sliding into our region. It is going to bring not just cool and breezy weather, but we are also looking at a spotty chance for some drizzle to move through Wednesday morning, past Wednesday, moving into the back half of the afternoon, but also into our Thursday and Friday. Conditions are looking to clear a little bit out. We are thinking about how much rain, right? Not much of it. By the time we get to Wednesday, we're looking at about a 10% chance across the LA area, and likely the same amount. We may see some fluctuations across our coastline. I'll be back with your 7-day. For now, back to you.
Still ahead, one of the National Guard members allegedly shot by an Afghan national is hanging on and showing signs of progress.
In the wake of the attack, the Trump administration is moving to tighten immigration policies. We break down the changes.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
One of the two National Guardsmen ambushed on Thanksgiving Eve is still fighting to survive. Tonight, Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, 24, remains in critical condition.
Specialist Sarah Beckstrom, just 20 years old and sworn in less than a day before the attack, died from her injuries. Fox's Mike Emanuel has an update.
A memorial with cards, pictures, flowers, and American flags has grown in Washington at the scene of the attack, honoring the memory of 20-year-old Specialist Sarah Beckstrom of the West Virginia National Guard. She passed away on Thanksgiving after the Wednesday afternoon ambush in broad daylight, less than a mile from the White House. 24-year-old Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf was critically wounded. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey says there are hopeful signs.
Andrew was asked if he could hear the nurse who asked the question to give a thumbs up, and he did respond.
The suspect is identified as an Afghan national who allegedly drove cross-country from Washington state to launch the attack. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says the suspect was likely radicalized here in the U.S.
Now, since he's been here, we believe he could have been radicalized in his home community and in his home state.
President Trump says he's spoken with both National Guardsmen's families and describes them as devastated. The president says he intends to recognize their service protecting the nation's capital.
I've already suggested it. I said, when you're ready, because that's a tough thing, come to the White House. We're going to honor Sarah. And likewise with Andrew.
U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says charges will include first-degree murder with more expected. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the Justice Department will seek the death penalty. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
While investigators continue working to find a motive, the Trump administration is taking action.
The U.S. has paused issuing visas for people traveling on Afghan passports and halted all asylum decisions. Fox 7's Haley Winslow reports from Anaheim tonight with how community members feel about the decision.
Fear and confusion spreading through Anaheim's large Afghan community after the U.S. government suddenly freezes all asylum decisions for those seeking refuge.
Totally wrong and would put many women and many Afghans in danger, not just women. From a legal perspective, I think that it is unconstitutional to discriminate against a person based on their nationality.
President Donald Trump ordered a pause on visas and migration from all third world countries, saying it will last until every applicant can be vetted to the maximum degree possible.
No vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo.
The move comes in direct response to Wednesday's deadly attack near the White House that killed one National Guard member and critically injured another. Investigators say the shooter is a man from Afghanistan who was fully vetted through a U.S. program designed to help allies who assist American troops.
We can't blame an entire community. Guilt by association should not be used by our government. Targeting all Afghan refugees, Afghan immigrants for the crime of one person is never acceptable.
Deeply concerned is the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CARE, a grassroots civil rights and advocacy organization. On Friday, the nonprofit held a community outreach event in Orange County to explain how the government's decision will impact asylum cases, work permits, and their family's safety.
They're all very scared. Many of them didn't show up to the event because they were scared ICE would be there to get them. So this instills a lot of fear, unnecessary fear in the community.
Amina Fields is CARE LA's immigrants' rights senior managing attorney and a U.S. Air Force veteran, originally from Vietnam. Hassam Alouche is the group's executive director, the son of Syrian and Lebanese immigrants married to a Latina from Texas. Both say their diverse backgrounds reflect the rich culture that should be celebrated in the United States.
President Trump himself is a child of immigrants. Everybody in America, unless you are an indigenous Native American, we are all somehow immigrants, and we should embrace that, celebrate that, and not allow those racist feelings to overwhelm our country.
The group CARE says that they believe the focus should instead be on mental health, including PTSD, which they think the shooter was suffering from. Reporting in Anaheim, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
U.S. military strikes on suspected drug boats in international waters are under scrutiny tonight.
New questions are being raised by former military lawyers about possible war crimes. On September 2nd, a U.S. missile hit a boat in the Caribbean, killing 11 alleged traffickers. The Washington Post reports when 2 survived the initial strike, a special operations commander ordered a second one, allegedly following Secretary of War Pete Hegseth's directive to, quote, kill them all. Hegseth denies giving that order, with the White House saying tonight that the second deadly strike was legal and self-defense. Venezuela claims its citizens were killed and is investigating. Since September, 83 suspects have died in 21 U.S. strikes. Secretary Hegseth is under fire for sharing an AI-generated image, here it is, of Franklin the Turtle from an animated children's series in combat gear firing on drug boats. In response, users on X created their own AI-generated Franklin covers with titles like Franklin Goes to Jail and Franklin Brings the War Criminal to the International Criminal Court.
President Trump underwent a preventative MRI on his heart and abdomen in October, and the results were described as normal. His doctor says the scans were part of a routine executive physical to catch potential issues early. The White House released a memo today confirming the findings. Trump told reporters the results were perfect, joking he wasn't sure which body part was scanned, but said it wasn't his brain because he'd already passed a cognitive test. The MRI was done at Walter Reed. Concern tonight in Hermosa Beach after multiple attacks by teens on e-bikes. Tonight, the principal of one middle school says some of his students were involved in the attacks.
Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf, he's live in Hermosa Beach with the latest. This is an update to a story you've been following, Matthew.
Yeah, we've all been following this story very closely, but there were dozens of people at this forum tonight. It was the first time people could really talk to city leaders about this issue that they've been following so closely. They could talk about anything, but everyone inside tonight was wanting to talk about e-bikes. Go ahead and take a look at the video. You can see that the room was very crowded tonight inside the Hermosa Beach City Hall. All the questions really about teens and e-bikes. This after we were first to report last week on the attack near the Hermosa Pier that left a 56-year-old man severely concussed. Since our report, much of the community has expressed outrage, citing similar violence across the South Bay. Tonight, 2 of the teens have been arrested so far, but as you said, the principal at Manhattan Beach Middle School confirms kids from the assaults go to class there, but now people want more action.
It's out of control, and I think the police have to do more to register everybody so we know the ID of everybody that has an e-bike. And I hope everyone that was involved in that terrible attack will be brought to justice, all of them.
But the e-bike violations, the unsafe behavior, and some of the behavior of these groups harassing individuals, we've been addressing that for months, actually years. We were impounding e-bikes before we had a ordinance in Hermosa Beach, which thank you to our city council for giving us that. We've been writing dozens, if not hundreds of citations. We're going to continue to respond to all of this, and any crime, aside from just e-bike violations, we will take enforcement action on.
So again, police so far in this case have arrested 2 teens between the ages of 13 and 15, but they say the investigation isn't over. More arrests could come. Reporting live tonight, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
What kind of charges might they face, Matthew?
Yeah, this is a case where they're likely facing the charge of assault, but there's other charges that could be stacked up as well. I know that attack was very brutal and left that man hospitalized with a severe concussion.
Wow. All right. Did you have a follow-up?
No, I just am wondering what the parents are thinking.
Oh, yeah. There's that. And I'm sure some of the parents are there tonight, Matthew.
Yeah, there were a lot of parents inside tonight, very upset, and also just a lot of people that live in Hermosa Beach. At one point, one man looked around the room and said, I've had, issues with these e-bikers here. How many other people have? And several arms went up, and it's just a concern that so many people are feeling, especially after this recent assault here near the pier.
Wow. Who knew? All right, thank you.
People without a real ID will soon have another option to fly. The TSA is introducing an alternative verification system called Confirm ID. Beginning February 1st, people without a real ID can pay $45 to verify their identity. You can pay online before going to the airport or before entering the security line, but it might take longer. According to the TSA, paying the fee does not guarantee your identity will be verified, which means you can still be turned away. However, if approved, the verification covers a 10-day travel period. All right, coming up, we will be checking in with meteorologist Star Harvey.
Yes, I'll be talking about the cooler temperatures that are headed this way, the gusty conditions we may see, but also the chance for some precipitation across the LA area.
Starting today, you could get a ticket for driving solo in the carpool lane in your electric or hybrid vehicle. The grace period for those EV stickers is now over. That means solo drivers in electric and hybrid cars can no longer drive in the carpool lane during carpool hours, and they no longer qualify for reduced tolls. The program started in 2001 and was not granted an extension by the Trump administration. The tickets could cost as much as $490. Oof.
It's a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, almost $500. All right, get ready to step inside LA's best Christmas store. For more than 70 years, Aldic Home has been transforming the holidays with dazzling displays, exclusive decor, and the magical Christmas trees.
Fox 11's Brooke Thomas is feeling the holiday spirit in Van Nuys.
Hey there, I'm here at Aldic Home. This is just an absolute winter wonderland. It's a Christmas lover's paradise, truly. It is so beautiful here. And, you know, it's not just the options. It's really the care, the love, the thought they put into everything here. Brian, come on over here. I'll come over to you. Standing, there's so much to see here, truly. This is your family-owned business. This has been in business some 70 years. Talk to me about this company.
So this company was started in the 1950s, and then we've been in this location since the 70s, and every year we do a big new display, totally different. This year we have 50 fully decorated Christmas trees, all a different style. This is part of our kind of frozen winter wonderland theme in this main area here. But it's like a Disneyland for Christmas.
It really truly is. And what I love here is you said, you know, people shop the trees here. So you come in here, and if you're someone who doesn't feel super creative, but you deserve a fun holiday, you come, you see what you guys have going on, and you can go as big as this, or you can, you know, say, okay, maybe I'll just do the white ones, or maybe I'll just do those green ones there. So, but you really can just come and get ideas also for your house.
Right, and we have designers here on hand every day who can help you pick out a palette or show you how to use ribbon or things like that. Just make it a little bit easier to get going. And we're just here for inspiration, really. Just come in, get inspired, take your Christmas photos in our Santa sleigh. Just make an afternoon out of it.
Yeah. For these to not be real Christmas trees, it smells so good in here. Listen, you have to come in here just to smell it, okay? It smells phenomenal in here. And then once you get here, you just are going to be mesmerized by this. Okay, thank you for having us. It is absolutely stunning here. Aldic Home, come check it out. It takes them 2 months to set this up for you, so you have to come. Buy something. This is amazing. It's Christmas. Back to you.
It's so pretty, and unfortunately, well, you can see the poinsettias below, I think, a little bit in the shot. Our stage manager, Matt Palazzo, he decorated our studio. We have Christmas trees on either side. Thank you, Matt. Oh, can we widen out? It looks like we're gonna.
Oh, there we go.
Yay!
Yeah. Yes, but there's a little secret. The trees are still decorated, and then he just puts them in storage. For years, I've said, if only I could do that at my house, I would have Christmas at my house every December. Instead, I just put up a teeny tiny tree about this tall.
Bryce won't let me get away with it. I love a fake tree.
Hey, you know what? It works.
Pull it out the box.
And as Brooke said, you can just spray it, and it'll be nice. And even Matt said he should bring some spray in. So maybe Matt, it's on me. I'll get some of this spray.
What is that? What's the spray?
So it smells like Christmas tree.
Oh, so
like pine?
Yeah, like the pine or
pine sol.
Right, exactly.
That wouldn't be good.
We're gonna be having some areas across the region that feel like winter.
Oh yes,
and like Christmas. Most of that off to the north of us, but also across some of our neighboring states: Utah, Colorado, the Rockies, North Nevada. Already seeing some snowfall. In fact, it began over the weekend. As for us here in big old LA, we are under dry conditions. We may get a little bit of wet weather by the time we get to the middle of the week, but through the rest of this evening, we do remain on the drier side. We had a little bit of a warm-up today coming off of the weekend with a system sliding in place, but as we do move into tomorrow and through most of the middle of the week, we are expecting cooler temperatures to move in. We're also looking at the chance for some gusty winds to develop by the time we get to the middle of this week. And we're also looking at a chance for some drizzle, and that's for the early hours of our Wednesday. We're not talking downpours, we're talking drizzle at best, most of that aligning along our coast. We do have this air quality alert. It is in place until our Tuesday arrives. All of our blue highlighted region here. This is a wood burning ban. It's been in place for almost 3 days now, so in addition to that, we also have some coastal issues here. We do have a high surf. This will be in place off towards the Oxnard, Ventura County area, where we not just have a high surf, but also minor coastal flooding. So all of our green region here. And then we have rip current risk. All of our, again, blue areas off towards the Santa Barbara area, but also some of our LA County coastline stretching through Orange County as well. Not just some dangerous rip currents, but also elevated surf. And this is going to be with that minor tidal overflow during our morning hours. There's a look at our freeze warning. This is day 2 for this. We do continue to see it across the Antelope Valley, but also across some of our high deserts. This is going to be allowing our temperatures to dip below that freezing mark. We're expecting the Lancaster-Palmdale area to see temperatures in the 20s for tonight. Now, temperature-wise over the weekend, we had 66 degrees to end Sunday, and then again, I said we warmed up today. There's it. 74. That's what we got to today in LA. So that put us slightly above our normal of 69. As we do progress through this week, temperatures closer to our averages, but still on the cooler side. Right now we're at 55 degrees. We do have nice skies out there, mostly clear. And under the mostly clear skies, a lot more 40s popping up across the area tonight. We're going to have not just mid 40s. We'll have a few upper 40s scattered across the area. And then if you're along the coast, we may see some 50s popping out for you. Here's a look into our Tuesday, the cooler day in comparison to today. We had a lot more 70s on the map. We'll be welcoming in some 60s there. And of course, these winds, we got to talk about them because they will become gusty as we do welcome in our Santa Ana pattern. And this is going to be across most of our areas that do pick up those winds, a lot of our passes as well as our canyons. Winds could get as high as 25 to 30 miles per hour with those gusts. Dry conditions through our Tuesday. And then here's a look into our Wednesday where we are welcoming in just some drizzle, spotty chance at best. Of course, I'll be back with a look at your 7-day in the next hour. For now, back to you.
All right, Star, thanks. We still have more news ahead at 8.
But first, here's a preview of what's coming up at 9. The accused killer of United Healthcare's CEO back in court before trial. The evidence his attorneys want thrown out. Plus, holiday shoppers beware. We break down the new cyber scams targeting millions of Americans. That's ahead at 9. If you're still grubbing on those Thanksgiving leftovers, like our beloved assignment editor Lily, actually me too, it's time to toss them in the trash. According to the USDA, turkey and other leftovers are only good up to 4 days in the refrigerator. So, assuming you stored them properly, tonight is the last day to enjoy the feast, unless you move them over to the freezer.
Well, you're still good within the window. Yeah. And I had some of the turkey today, so, and then I know my family did as well tonight while I'm here at work, so all's well.
We didn't die.
No.
We didn't get sick.
You're still here.
So
Good.
It's all right.
Thank goodness.
Well, 'tis the season to travel, but you can't travel without plain snacks.
So, which snacks reign supreme? Ola Fly compiled a list of the top 10 airport snacks in the U.S. Leading the pack is Oreos, followed by Jack Link's beef jerky and Cheetos Puffs. The treat at the bottom of the list was Chobani vanilla yogurt.
Huh.
And then I'm looking at the other ones, the Flamin' Hot and the Twizzlers. Airport snacks that you buy or you bring on the plane?
I think that you buy there. That would be my guess.
I'm going to peg you the same way I'd peg me. I'm like the
None of those would be on my list of possibles.
A protein bar, a David bar. I learned David bars, look them up. A whole lot of protein in one. And maybe some nuts or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Water.
We could fly together. Yeah. All right, do not go anywhere. We're not done just yet.
LA Live News Tonight continues at 9 right after the break.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Now at 9, changes to SNAP benefits expected to impact millions. We're live with the new work requirements needed to keep getting food assistance. Plus, family in Altadena got a holiday guest they're definitely were not expecting. A large bear crashes the party. We went to find out what happened. And cool and calm out there. Meteorologist Star Harvey with a preview of your work week forecast.
Well, we are welcoming in more cool weather, but also a chance for gusty winds and a chance for some precipitation. Now have all the details that you need to know in your full forecast.
Good evening to you. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Susan Hirasuna. Millions of SNAP recipients or people who use food stamps nationwide are going to have to make changes to maintain their current benefits. The program helps low-income families buy groceries. To break it down, let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Lascos in Van Nuys with more. Ed.
And there are certainly some big changes coming to the SNAP program. A lot of the folks we've been talking to here tonight say they are aware of the program. The changes, even if they have relatives who are on that program using the EBT cards, and they say they're going to do their best to meet those new requirements. They need to keep those subsidies moving forward. To the video we go. Check it. A lot of the shoppers with their EBT cards out tonight. And you know how it works, right? The SNAP program replaces the old food stamps program that really helps so many millions of low-income folks. And so the feds send that money to the states like California. California channels that money to the EBT cards, and the folks use those cards to go and buy their groceries. But now there's new requirements starting today, December 1st. Work requirements, meaning you got to work, go out, find work, volunteer so many hours a month, or you could lose those benefits. If you don't do those requirements, you might only wind up with 3 months of benefits over a 3-year period. So that's why we're talking about some sharp cutbacks here. No wonder it's bringing some sharp reaction. Listen.
I don't think it's fair that he do that, but...
And you were saying you think it's going to hurt a lot of people?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely it's going to hurt a lot of people. Because you never know, you know what? Especially now that we're in the holidays and everybody wants to have a good dinner and everything. And if you don't give it to them, it's going to be really hard.
It's very sudden, and it will affect people negatively really quickly. And a lot of people don't have the resources to obtain these new skills. So if it's possible to, keep it or find another way to always help these people, that would be very vital.
We have found thousands and thousands of illegal use of the EBT card. We have been moving people off of SNAP. We've got almost 700,000 people, I think, we've moved off.
And now the Secretary of Agriculture saying it's all a response to widespread fraud through the system, and they're hoping to save millions of dollars with these new requirements over the next couple of years. Talking about the new changes, here it is, a better look here. They've raised the age limit from 54 up to 64, meaning if you're in that category, you've got to work, go out and be trained for a job, try to find a job, or volunteer at least 80 hours per month to get those SNAP benefits. If you're new to the system, the feds say you've got to start doing this immediately to get the benefits rolling. If you're already using SNAP and the EBT benefits, well, then you'll have to meet these requirements when you're reclassified at your next meeting with the state in this case. As we come back out here, and Susan, the other part of this story as it continues to unfold is the lawsuit. California, one of almost 24 states, with Attorney General Rob Bonta out saying he thinks the Trump administration is acting illegally, trying to restrict these SNAP benefits to certain groups of people. So that's another part of the story as it continues to develop. But the feds say at this point, as far as they're concerned, they want to move forward with these new changes, and they're telling SNAP recipients, you've got to meet these requirements so that money isn't going to be coming your way.
And money that is well needed. Ed, thank you so much. A man in Altadena is dealing with an unexpected holiday house guest. Not only is this bear overstaying its welcome, it's refusing to leave from its new home under his house. Fox 11's Gina Silva spoke with the homeowners about the surprise visitor.
I have a bear living under my house. That's my situation.
A situation that's unnerving to Ken Johnson. Check this out. This large bear can be seen on security video squeezing himself into a tiny crawl space. He goes in and out like it's his house.
Someone said that he doesn't hibernate because this is California, but they den. So he's making that his den for the winter. He may come out, I don't know.
Ken showed us exactly where his uninvited guest has been living, he believes, since June. But the moment the bear heard us, it made a loud move that sent us jumping. You can see its massive paw.
That's what I mean.
He's right there.
Yeah.
The bear is sitting near the entrance to the crawl space. He is just staring out. Ken believes there isn't enough room for him to get much deeper.
I think when he stands up, his back hits the beams of the floor.
At the beginning of the year, a bear that looks very much like the one living under Ken's house was spotted in a nearby house in Altadena. These houses sit at the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains, so wildlife sightings are common. But having a bear actually living under your house, that's a bit much.
I can hear him when I'm in the kitchen watching TV at night. I can hear him moving around under there, and he tries to get out. Everything kind of shakes.
About a week ago, when Ken finally caught the bear on security camera, he called the sheriff's department asking for help. They told him to call the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Ken says so far, no help has been provided. So he continues to live with the intruder, who often rummages through the trash and leaves a mess behind.
But this is ridiculous. I mean, you know, destroying the entrance to the thing and crawling under there and just staying. He's not paying rent. Squatter living rent-free in my house.
Ken says he does have a plan to hopefully get the bear out of his house. He plans to leave sweet rolls outside of his property, away from the crawl space, and hopefully get the bear to come outside, eat those sweet rolls, and while the bear is busy, he plans to put some sandbags to block that entrance and maybe spray bear spray to keep the bear from returning. That is his plan. Hopefully it works. Reporting from Altadena, I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
Sounds like a pretty good plan. All right, we're going to turn now to Star Harvey. What do we have ahead for us for our weather?
We have some beautiful conditions ahead. Now, it is possibly going to be cooler for a lot of us, but we are also looking at a chance for some gusty winds and some wet weather by the time we get to Wednesday. Right now, we do have a few alerts in place: a freeze warning, high surf advisory, air quality, and a coastal flood advisory. I'll be breaking that down here within the hour, but just letting you know that our alert meter is pretty active. Temperature-wise, it is cold up in our Antelope Valley. We're at 39 degrees right now in Palmdale. We will drop down lower getting into our overnight lows. Victorville as well as Big Bear, temperatures quite cold as well. We're in the 50s across most of the area with a calmer wind pattern moving at about, I'd say, 4 to 14 miles per hour across the Malibu area. Winds also picking up into the middle of the week. Here's a look at our cool off dropping into tonight. We'll have some 20s in our mountains, Big Bear, but areas like Victorville as well as Palmdale falling below that freezing mark. And with that, we do have those cold alerts in place across some of the area. I'll be back with those details plus your 7-day. For now, back to you.
Tonight, a murder mystery in Simi Valley. A doctor and his wife found shot to death in their garage, and miles away, a burned-up car with a body inside. Simi Valley police are trying to determine if the two crime scenes are connected. Fox 7's Christina Gonzalez reports.
Again, 41 is hard. 41 available to respond to a gunshot.
Gunshots Sunday at this large home on Hawksbill Place. Witnesses telling Simi Valley police that an older model Honda drove up to the house around noon.
The reporting party reported seeing a male white walk up a driveway pointing a handgun at an open garage. Shortly thereafter, the reporting party heard several gunshots and saw that same male subject flee back into the Honda and flee the area.
2 people shot inside the garage do not survive. Dr. Eric Cordes, described in the Focus Medical Imaging website as an associate in resonance imaging, and his wife Vicky. A statement from Adventist Health Simi Valley confirms the identities, adding that Dr. Cordes was a highly respected board-certified radiologist and beloved physician who served his community with compassion and excellence for nearly 30 years.
We do believe the victims were targeted. We don't believe they were random victims.
Turns out the Honda seen at the house is later found in Chino. It's burned, and so is a body in the driver's seat. Chino investigators telling Simi police this looks like a suicide.
We feel that there is no threat to the public at this time due to the fact of the condition of the subject that was located in Chino. We don't have any more information on the suspect pending some type of identification from the San Bernardino Medical Examiner's Office.
In other words, they have to wait for the coroner to identify that body from that vehicle. They do seem to think they know who it is. Once they get that identification, they should be able to tell us more, especially motive. I'm Christina Gonzalez in Simi Valley, Fox 11 News.
A missing Newport Beach woman has been found dead near Crestline. The body of 58-year-old Ariane Papoli was discovered November 18th near Highway 138. She'd been reported missing last month. Investigators believe her injuries suggest she fell. The San Bernardino County Coroner's Office confirmed her identity Saturday. A memorial service date has been set for the Burbank Police canine killed in the line of duty. 4-year-old Spike was shot by a suspect last month while he was trying to run away from officers. That suspect was later killed in a shootout with police. The memorial ceremony will be held on Wednesday, 11 a.m. at the Burbank Police and Fire Headquarters. Officials say Spike will also be honored on the City of Burbank's Rose Parade float. Still ahead at 9, a disturbing scene caught on camera. Local teenagers assaulting an older man. We're live from a community gathering to address the violence.
Your mom's coming.
Plus, a local child rescued from a large tree fire. The unexpected hero who brought the 7-year-old to safety. That's it. A Larchmont family is giving thanks for a man who didn't hesitate when he saw a little girl standing just outside a burning duplex. Thanksgiving night, 2 cypress trees caught on fire. A dramatic scene, to be sure. 7-year-old Savannah Vasquez was in shock when she heard people yelling fire, and that's when an off-duty paramedic ran toward the flames and her.
Get out the house!
2 cypress trees caught fire Thanksgiving just before midnight. This video from the Citizen app shows how the flames grew and threatened a duplex on Oakwood Avenue in the Larchmont neighborhood of L.A. Listen carefully. You can hear someone pounding on the door to alert the people inside. 7-year-old Savannah Vasquez was waiting up for her mother to come home when she heard the warning. She told her grandmother about the fire, who went to alert the rest of the household. Savannah thought about the lessons for fire drills at school. Leave everything behind and get out.
So that's what they taught us. Nothing is important accept your safety when when there is a fire.
But as the ash and embers rained down outside her home, Savannah froze. That's when off-duty paramedic Richard Racino arrived.
He was at his sister's house, he told me, and that he just happened to see the flames and kind of drive by, and he just kind of saw the little girl, which was my little girl, standing outside in shock, and he just said he pulled up his jacket, his leather jacket, and you know, got my daughter. You know, everybody else was filming, and he just jumped into action.
He runs from the fire with Savannah in his arms. Once she's safe, he runs to help the firefighters pull the fire hose down the street. Savannah's family is eternally thankful.
I really hope that he becomes a firefighter, because he said that he had applied for the LA Fire Department, and really, truly, he is a hero. And, you know, a lot of times nowadays is people see things happening, right, and they'll just stop and film. And so it takes a lot of courage to save a little child.
Well, right now, it's not known how the fire started. A homeless person was seen near the home, and there might be security video that perhaps could help police find a suspect. The duplex has some smoke damage and some of the roof burned, but the family's still living there. The greatest damage was the family car, which was parked right next to the trees.
Weather is sponsored by American Career College.
All right, Star Harvey is back to talk about your weather, but first, this live look from our Mount Wilson camera. Kind of lovely.
Beautiful view. Yeah, such a gorgeous view out there. All the lights lit. We do have beautiful, mostly clear skies to get us through our Monday evening, which means rolling over into tomorrow. We may not have those patchy fog issues like we did have across some of the area this morning. There is a live look showing you our satellite and radar. Beautiful, dry conditions. By Wednesday, we will be looking at a chance for some light precipitation to move in here. Otherwise, to get this week started, we do have a cooler pattern in place, and with that pattern in place, we'll also be looking at our Santa Ana winds picking up. Expected to be gusty through the middle of our week, so Wednesday into about Thursday. Wednesday, I talked about some precipitation coming in, and we are looking at the chance for some drizzle during the early morning hours. Now, we touched on our alert system a little bit earlier in our show here, and so breaking that down for you. We do have an air quality alert. It is continuing from our weekend. This is because we do have a wood burning ban in place, and outside of that, some coastal things to watch for. These coastal alerts are going to be throughout this week, stretching all the way from the Santa Barbara area through Oxnard, LA County beaches, and down through Oxnard. One thing we'll be watching tomorrow and stretching into our Wednesday, but also our Thursday, is going to be a combination of a high surf, but also a minor coastal flooding there across the Oxnard area. And then, of course, through Santa Barbara and the LA area, we'll be watching for some rip currents, but also elevated surf across the area. So again, that is through this week. Up to the north of us, across the Antelope Valley, but also our higher deserts, we do have a freeze warning in place. This is just letting us know that those temperatures will dip. And for the Antelope Valley specifically, we are looking at our temperatures backing down into the 20s. So it is going to be cold out there tonight. We did have colder temperatures over the weekend for the LA area. Our highs yesterday hit 66 degrees. Today we had a system that it was very short-lived. Moved in here, warmed us up to about 74 degrees, so you can see how far that put us above our normal. And as we do skate through most of this week, we are expecting that our temperatures will be cooler, but again, slightly closer to our normal for this time of the year. We do have beautiful skies out there right now. Temperatures at 55 degrees for the LA area. We also have a nice calm wind pattern. Here's a look at our lows tonight. Outside of our mountains, where we're expecting to see temperatures in the 20s, our Antelope Valley area in the 30s. Most of us will see those temperatures tonight dropping into the 40s. We'll also have a few 50s. Most of our 50s will be lining the coast, and although they are 50s, they are going to be on the lower side, so we're expecting it to be chilly out there. When I get back, we'll be talking a little bit more about the rain moving through here, but I'll also have a glimpse of your 7-day forecast. Susan?
We'll look forward to that. Thank you. Coming up, accused killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson back in court before trial. The evidence his attorneys want thrown out. Next. Attorneys representing Luigi Mangione hope they can convince a New York judge to throw out key evidence in his murder case. It's been almost 1 year since Mangione allegedly assassinated healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on the streets of Manhattan. Fox's Connor Hansen has an update.
Supporters of accused killer Luigi Mangione filled a New York courtroom Monday. The defense argues that bombshell evidence in the case should be thrown out before the trial gets underway. It stems from Mangione's arrest in a Pennsylvania McDonald's, where police found a 3D printed gun, a silencer, and a journal with writings that appeared to connect him to the murder, all inside his backpack. His lawyers say it was an illegal search, but experts don't believe that argument will hold up.
The bottom line is, once he was under arrest, that backpack is being searched incident to arrest anyway. Right. I do think that evidence is going to be damning, and I do think it's going to be allowed in.
The defense is also arguing statements Mangione made should be thrown out because they say he had not been properly read his legal rights. Supporters outside hope Mangione prevails. Many of them share their frustrations with the healthcare system.
Every American has the right to a fair trial and a jury that is untainted by public opinion. That has been completely impossible with this case.
I don't condone murder at all. I think it's terrible. But in Luigi's case, I feel like it was necessary.
Mangione pleaded not guilty to all 9 charges at the state level. He also faces a separate federal case. 2 of the most serious charges, including an alleged act of terrorism, have already been dropped. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Coming up, we're in Hermosa Beach tonight, where a city forum just wrapped up. Residents had the opportunity to speak with city officials addressing questions after a violent attack about 10 days ago.
Plus, it's World AIDS Day, and tonight, a moving tribute in Lincoln Heights is shining a light on lives lost and the ongoing fight for awareness. We're live with the emotional way the community is coming together.
across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Well, happening right now, you're looking live at a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, and it's about to soar into space. And you see there's a countdown in 20 seconds, 19 seconds, 18. This is all from Vandenberg Space Force Base near Santa Barbara. The rocket is launching 27 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit.
8,
Here we go.
7,
Here's the countdown.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff of Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
Wow. That looks amazing. Residents of Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, and Ventura counties might have heard a sonic boom, but now take a look at this shot. This is Skyfox showing the Falcon 9 as it heads up to space. You saw that little, yeah, like it looks almost like a little moon. Because of weather and other conditions, it's unclear how far that sound carries, the sonic boom of when it first takes off. There are several Falcon 9 launches scheduled for this month from Vandenberg Space Force, but that picture right there, that is from Skyfox as we follow the Falcon 9 as it heads up into the low Earth orbit. And sometimes you might be able to see that crazy configuration of the vapor trail and other ways that it has marked up the sky, which frankly I find fascinating. But how exciting and how wild that we could see one of these launches so many times in the course of just 1 month. And this is the second one that I've watched live from this anchor desk, frankly, and that's just been in the last few months. So more Starlink satellites will be up in our orbit. All that from Vandenberg Space Force Base, right outside of Lompoc. Gosh, that is great.
Engine chill.
Great to see that. All right, moving on. Concern tonight in Hermosa Beach after multiple attacks by teens on e-bikes. Tonight, the principal of one middle school says some of his students were involved in the attacks. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf is live in Hermosa Beach with the latest there. Matthew.
Yeah, there were dozens of people inside that town hall tonight. Residents could have brought up any issue, but they kept wanting to talk about teens and e-bikes. Go ahead and take a look at this video. This is inside that town hall tonight. You can see there were dozens of people there, many wanting to ask about teens and e-bikes. This after we first were to report last week on an attack near the Hermosa Pier that left a 56-year-old man severely concussed. Since our report, much of the community has expressed outrage, citing similar violence across the South Bay. And tonight, 2 of those teens have been arrested so far. The principal at Manhattan Beach Middle School confirms kids from the assault go to class there, but now people want more action.
It's out of control, and I think the police have to do more to register everybody so we know the ID of everybody that has an e-bike. And I hope everyone that was involved in that terrible attack will be brought to justice, all of them.
But the e-bike violations, the unsafe behavior, and some of the behavior of these groups harassing individuals, we've been addressing that for months, actually years. We were impounding e-bikes before we had a ordinance in Hermosa Beach, which thank you to our city council for giving us that. We've been writing dozens, if not hundreds of citations. We're going to continue to respond to all of this, and any crime, aside from just e-bike violations, we will take enforcement action on.
So again, so far 2 arrests have been made, but police say that there could be more coming as their investigation continues. We'll have more with our interview with the Hermosa Beach Police Chief coming up tonight at 10 o'clock on the Fox 11 News at 10. Reporting live time, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
And Matthew, when the police chief says all these different e-bike violations, what does that include? Is that just reckless driving or something more?
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of violations that kids can have, including riding without a helmet, stuff like that. So they have been, enforcing those rules here in Hermosa Beach, and they'll post pictures oftentimes with those citations or even taking the bikes away from kids. But again, we're still seeing this violence, and that's why residents, some of them want more to be done.
Indeed. Matthew Seedorf, thank you so much. Instagram is shaking up its workplace to boost creativity and innovation. Several media outlets now reporting U.S. employees with assigned tasks must return to the office 5 days a week in February. In a memo, Instagram's chief, Adam Missouri, says face-to-face interactions drive collaboration and agility. The company says it's also cutting unnecessary meetings and focusing on faster product development. Starting today, solo EV drivers in California can no longer use carpool lanes. The state's Clean Air Vehicle Decal program ended months ago, and a 60-day grace period just expired today. Now drivers alone in the carpool lanes face fines of about $500. Over 500,000 people statewide are impacted, and most lanes now require at least 2 passengers. All right, we'll check out this time lapse of tonight's sunset from Skyfox. Oh, this is worth a ticket price, don't you think, Star Harvey? When you get to see the lights change and the colors change and everything. Like, this is the way I listen to podcasts, by the way, at double the speed. So I'm like used to this kind of sped up mentality.
You know, it's absolutely gorgeous out there. We do have our sunrise coming up in the 6 o'clock hour and setting in the 4 o'clock hour. And that's what we see happening there. And getting up tomorrow morning, Susan, will also have our sun up at 6:41 for all of our early risers that like to get out and catch it. You'll be able to get another view like that, just as we've seen in that time lapse. We are under dry conditions right now. Today, we did see temperatures warming up across a good chunk of the area, especially moving in from the weekend. Yesterday, we did have the LA area in the 60s. Today, we brought it up to the 70s. We had a lot more 60s off up towards our high deserts, but also a lot of our coastline saw that as well. And then obviously, we did have some of those 40s across our mountains. Shifting gears into tonight, a lot more of us will be in the 40s. And I think if you're going to be outdoors late tonight, early morning, you will feel it. We are talking mid to upper 40s across the area. Take a look at San Bernardino, 42 degrees there, 45 in Diamond Bar, and we'll have some low 50s stretching from Manhattan Beach all the way through San Pedro. Palmdale, Lancaster area, get ready for those temperatures to drop down into the 30s for you. And of course, we'll have our mountains in the 20s, the Big Bear area. Here's a look at that rebound for the LA area tomorrow. We are going to be welcoming in a cooler pattern, and with that, temperatures in the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow in the 50s. So grab a coat if you're someone like me and you get cold really fast. By the time we get to the afternoon, we are anticipating that our temperatures will be cooler than they were today, but still closer to our normal, where they are typically at for this time of the year. That will put LA in the 60s. Outside of the LA area, a lot more of us dropping off from the 70s that we saw today into the 60s for tomorrow as well. So along the coast, we'll have those 60s up towards Pasadena, also into the Inland Empire area. We may see a few 70s still scattered across the area as well. In addition to the cooler temperatures popping in this week, we'll also see the chance for some Santa Ana, those gusty winds pushing through. And here's a look into tomorrow. We may still see some of our areas like the deserts, our canyons, our passes up towards the 5 corridor, winds picking up, but it's really when we get into the middle of this week that our model here really lights up. You can see a lot of those hot spots where winds do become more gustier into our Wednesday. By the time we get to Wednesday, we're also tracking the chance for some drizzle to move through here through the rest of this evening, and then also rolling into tomorrow, the morning hours, but also the afternoon. We are anticipating dry and clear conditions. Wednesday morning, we do have a chance for some drizzle coming in, just about a 10% chance. And then the rest of the week, it is looking dry and beautiful. Back to you.
Thanks, Star. A memorial is growing in D.C. for 2 National Guardsmen, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, who was shot and remains in serious condition, and 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom, who lost her life. Meantime, the U.S. pauses issuing visas for Afghan passport holders and halted asylum decisions. Fox 7's Haley Winslow has more from Anaheim.
Fear and confusion spreading through Anaheim's large Afghan community after the U.S. government suddenly freezes all asylum decisions for those seeking refuge.
Totally wrong, and would put many women and many Afghans in danger, not just women. From a legal perspective, I think that it is unconstitutional to discriminate against a person based on their nationality.
President Donald Trump ordered a pause on visas and migration from all third world countries, saying it will last until every applicant can be vetted to the maximum degree possible.
No vetting or anything. They came in unvetted.
and we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo.
The move comes in direct response to Wednesday's deadly attack near the White House that killed one National Guard member and critically injured another. Investigators say the shooter is a man from Afghanistan who was fully vetted through a U.S. program designed to help allies who assist American troops.
We can't blame an entire community. Guilt by association should not be used by our government. Targeting all Afghan refugees, Afghan immigrants, for the crime of one person is never acceptable.
Deeply concerned is the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CARE, a grassroots civil rights and advocacy organization. On Friday, the nonprofit held a community outreach event in Orange County to explain how the government's decision will impact asylum cases, work permits, and their family's safety.
They're all very scared. Many of them didn't show up to the event because they were scared ICE would be there to get them. So this instills a lot of fear, unnecessary fear in the community.
Amina Fields is CARE LA's Immigrants' Rights Senior Managing Attorney and a U.S. Air Force veteran, originally from Vietnam. Hassam Alouche is the group's executive director, the son of Syrian and Lebanese immigrants married to a Latina from Texas. Both say their diverse backgrounds reflect the rich culture that should be celebrated in the United States.
President Trump himself is a child of immigrants. Everybody in America, unless you are an indigenous Native American, we are all somehow immigrants, and we should embrace that, celebrate that, and not allow those racist feelings to overwhelm our country.
The group CARE says that they believe the focus should instead be on mental health, including PTSD, which they think the shooter was suffering from. Reporting in Anaheim, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
Today is World AIDS Day, first established in 1988 to raise awareness about the AIDS pandemic. Tonight in Lincoln Heights, a moving tribute will honor lives lost to AIDS and reaffirm the ongoing fight for awareness, compassion, and care. Fox 11's Laura Diaz is live there with the story for us. Laura.
Yes, Susan, it's an event that's held here every single year on World AIDS Day. And it's an event that I look forward to all year long. I've been participating in it now for 2 decades. It's a humble event, but it has so much heart. I see the same people years in and out, and people sharing their very personal accounts. If you look over my shoulder, you can see that they're breaking down. But as the founder will explain to us, this year has a sense of urgency.
We lost over $1 million this last June, and that's because the federal government wiped out the dollars for HIV testing. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we are committed to ending this epidemic by education, prevention, testing, and getting people into care when they need it.
Every year after year, we gather for the program, which includes speeches and dedications and prayers and music. New names are added to the wall. Now, this year, they're adding some 35 names. That will bring the total almost to 2,000 of those who lost the battle to HIV/AIDS. And of course, we are on LA's east side right now. Huge Latino population where many gays and people have lived in the shadows because they were ashamed of the fact that they were gay. It wasn't allowed, wasn't considered culturally okay. And so a lot of people suffered. They kept this to themselves, and sometimes when they contracted HIV, AIDS, and then went on to become seriously ill from it, their families didn't even know about it. So the founder, Richard Saldivar, who you just heard from, he thought it was really important to try to bring the community together and to honor those people who lost the battle so that they could come out into the daylight, if you will, and have their names remembered, their lives honored. So every year we gather here, but as I mentioned earlier, this year a little bit of a somber tone and urgency, if you will, for the fact that it was a different year because of the political climate in the country. I'm Laura Diaz reporting live, sending it back to you. Susan?
Laura, just a quick question. That wall, are those etchings? Is it etched, the names etched into stone?
They are. They're etched into stone, and I think you could see from the video just how very beautiful it is.
It is.
It has an artistic quality to it. It is a monument. The names are listed there. I've stood there with people where you'll see people run their fingers along the names of their loved ones who've passed on, and it's a powerful moment. It is really a sacred moment, if you will, as people recall their loved ones who went on. And if you went back a decade or so ago, or 2 decades, people were afraid to say, my loved one died from complications of HIV/AIDS. So Richard really has done profound work in the community of allowing people to mourn and to declare the name of their loved ones. And it's really something to see.
Yeah, I can tell you're getting choked up, and so am I, Laura. Thank you. That was beautiful. All right, up next, Black Friday online sales hit a record this year with big discounts driving the surge. But which retailers are set to win big this holiday season, and who might be left behind? We'll break it all down. That's coming up next. Plus, Cyber Monday deals are ending, but scammers are just getting started. The simple steps you can take to protect your wallet. But first, here's a live look at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. This view from our Earth Camp. Who's going to be playing there soon, I wonder? Let's take a live look out at LAX tonight. Traveling may be tough for some folks as the big winter storm continues to move across the Midwest towards the East Coast. At last check, FlightAware shows more than 26,000 flights were delayed, a little over 1,000 flights canceled nationwide. And the TSA breaking a record for screenings. Yesterday, over 3.1 million passengers passed through airport security. That's the busiest travel day in TSA history, surpassing the previous record set in June. Holiday shopping costs more, but people are getting less. Salesforce reports U.S. online sales rose 3% on Black Friday, driven by a 7% price hike. Order volume actually dropped 1% compared to last year. Higher tariffs and pricier luxury and home goods are key factors. Speaking of shopping, online sales are booming. Consumers spent $11.8 billion online this Black Friday, up over 9% from last year. Adobe Analytics says steeper discounts likely fueled the surge. Retailers like Walmart and TJ Maxx are expected to benefit more this holiday season than Target. However, the growth isn't adjusted for inflation. Cyber Monday is wrapping up, but scammers are ready to take advantage. Marla Tejas spoke with a cyber strategist earlier tonight to get some important tips to keep in mind this shopping season.
Really, 2025 has brought on a real different dynamic in the types of really malicious activity, and really it all has to do with AI. You know, AI, what that's really done is allowed scammers to really take their efforts to the next level, right? By being able to do things at scale, whether that's sending out malicious emails or malicious text messages, which most of us, I believe, probably get, on a pretty constant basis. And so really being extra vigilant, especially in the era of AI, is extra critical these days.
Okay, why are shoppers the prime targets right now? I mean, is the obvious answer because there's so many of them?
Well, there's so many of them, and it's really a record this year in 2025 in terms of online shopping. Black Friday and Cyber Monday this year will hit records, and so with the sheer just increase in volume of online shopping transactions, that's naturally bringing out more efforts to from scammers to actually try to act on that activity. And there's several ways you can stay safe in doing that, but malicious actors are always looking and inventing new ways to stay ahead of the game.
Okay, let's get to some of the tips here. What can we do to stay safe, especially during those peak online shopping sessions?
Absolutely. So you mentioned it. Really, the first thing is using a credit card, right, instead of a debit card if you can. With debit cards, those dollars are taken out of your bank account instantly, as opposed to a credit card where you have fraud prevention and some coverage, and if there is some sort of malicious activity that takes place. Doing some simple things like checking your accounts on a consistent basis, having a credit monitoring service, so in case there is fraudulent activity that you can be notified of that, and also taking some other simple steps like not scanning malicious QR codes or unknown QR codes, right? Trying to go to a website directly as opposed to, seeing a QR code, which is used not just in restaurant menus these days, but of course, everything across the board. And so really taking some of those extra steps to be vigilant can really help you stay safe this holiday season.
Okay, I want to touch a little bit more on the QR codes because I think that's important. I mean, I was literally out for a run yesterday, and there were homemade notes on trees that had a QR code, and it just said "Scan me," and they were all throughout the neighborhood in West Los Angeles. To me, I'm like, I was curious, but then at the same time, that's got to be a scam. So do not just fall for any QR code.
Exactly. QR codes are really easy to spoof. Somebody can put a sticker over, a real QR code, and it looks exactly the same, and it could be taking you to a malicious website. And really what attackers are looking to do with these types of, whether it's a phishing email or a QR code scam called quishing, or even an SMS type of message where you may receive a text message, and that's called smishing, is really one of three things that an attacker is trying to do. First and foremost, trying to capture your payment information, so taking you to a spoofed website that looks legitimate, but they're asking you for your credit card information, and so they'll try to steal that information. The second is trying to get access to your mobile device, so asking you to install an application from a QR code is a red flag in and of itself, because you should never be installing applications on your device from unauthorized or unapproved locations. And so those are red flags you can watch out for, and QR codes are everywhere these days, and that's really, after COVID, when restaurant menus were no longer used and QR codes really became the thing. And now attackers are really using that to prey on the convenience, because most folks don't really check if a QR code is actually coming from, the original place, or if it's actually being spoofed.
Right, or a hacker. Lots to think about this holiday season.
Supporting small businesses and giving back this holiday season. Coming up, LA County's new gift card program launched today. We'll tell you how you can snag bonus cards while helping wildfire-affected communities. All right, check your pantry because Aldi's Chokur holiday barks are being recalled. Silvestri Sweets says its cookie butter and pecan, cranberry, and cinnamon holiday barks may contain undeclared allergens. The cookie butter variety could have pecans, while the pecan, cranberry, and cinnamon version might contain wheat. Both were sold nationwide in 5-ounce packages. So far, no illnesses have been reported.
I think that small local shops are important because you can connect with people more directly. I shop local in Altadena.
It's really important to have local business because we are a community, we are family, and I shop local in the beautiful Altadena.
People feel good coming into a small business. It's like coming home to your family, and I happily shop local in Altadena.
LA County is launching a new gift card program this Cyber Monday to support small businesses impacted by wildfires. Shoppers can buy gift cards at shoplocal.la with bonus cards included, redeemable at verified local businesses in fire-affected areas like Altadena and Malibu. The program, part of the Shop Local, Dine Local, Recover Local campaign, aims to boost recovery and community support. I like that. LA County kicking off the holiday season tonight with its annual tree lighting. A 50-foot Christmas tree lit up Jerry Moss Plaza at the Music Center in downtown LA. The free event featured snow flurries, live music, hot chocolate, and a holiday market. Attendees were encouraged to donate art supplies and winter essentials to help local nonprofits. It's a festive start to the season, bringing the community together for a good cause. Very good. Well, thanks for watching LA Live News tonight. Our 10 p.m. newscast is just minutes away on Fox 11. Hope to see you there. See you tomorrow.